Good morning, everybody. It is Wanda here with today's tarot. How are you this morning? Welcome everybody from the UK, the US, who will be probably watching this at a later moment, and everybody who are my Asian clients. How are you? How has your Christmas week been? Hasn't it been wonderful to have that time to reflect and to just really be yourself, whatever that might be, and enjoying family and maybe having time to yourself, and perhaps even going and visiting some friends. Hello everyone who has joined me live right now. Welcome. I thought that I would be doing a few little forecasts for you, just with the on the dawning of this new year that is coming through. The 2018 energy has been a huge struggle for a lot of you. I know that. And coming from the space of understanding through the tarot readings that I have been doing for some of you online and others, of course, that this year has been huge. Why do I say huge, and huge in what way? And comment below if what I'm talking about right now is resonating with you. There's been huge shifts. Now, not necessarily maybe in movement, that you're moving from one space to another or moving from one house to another. Huge shifts within. Things that you were brought up with actually not making sense to you anymore. And you wanting more, you desiring more, you desiring exactly what you want. And maybe even in a space of not even knowing that. This year, 2018, has been a perfect year to sum it all up as a year of acceptance. And what do I mean by that? Because what do I mean by that? To accept something is to acknowledge the shadow side of yourself. Like you hear some people talking about the shadow part, that part of yourself that is like the child who has misunderstood, I suppose, what the emotional signals are based on the programs and the paradigms of this world, of this space. You know, our understandings of how we maybe could have misinterpreted the world. And so coming to the space of acceptance rather than in resistance, because if you are in resistance, you are not open to what could be possible for you, because we live in a world that was created in duality. You're right and you're wrong. And all of us want to be right. All of us want to be safe. All of us want to be accepted. All of us want to be loved. Is that not true? And so in that view, as a child and even as an adult, because we have some few little children inside ourselves that may suffer, and they come out in the way that we behave. And so in that idea of acceptance, everybody, what I really want you to understand today is that in accepting, we are not in resistance. We are actually going, okay. And the new idea now is that if an emotion comes up or a trigger and you feel like smashing that person over the head, or you get super angry, or you feel diminished in some way, or you feel that person's having a go at you, that you actually then just stop and allow that feeling to be present. Feel the feeling. As my friend Catherine would say, feel the feels, and just let it subside, because it's only an emotion. And when we apply a meaning to an emotion that is a trigger for us, that's when we start to justify and go into our story of the past. And we as a human race have been called to become enlightened. If you are here on the planet alive right now and you are awake right now, then you have chosen to be here. And you can decide what you do with that. But for a lot of you who are seeking that greater wisdom and that greater understanding, know that you have that inside yourself. So this was 2018. And if you've done the work and you're still doing it, I know that I am, most definitely. And I think for myself, if I'm talking about myself and my journey this year, I think that for myself, I've become quite resolute, I think, in this space of acceptance, that things will always change. Things are never going to be the same again. They're not going to go back to the old days ever. And thank God for that, because we are moving into a new dimension of understanding as a human race. And that is powerfully important today. And comment below, comment on the side and let me know what you think. Are you in agreement to that? You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. I'm very open to your suggestions too, because whatever you write in the comments box, your thoughts, your ideas can help someone else who's reading through the feed. And so I really believe that someone opens up a can of worms and then we all have a little turn at having our little soapbox moment. But this year is what I would love to call a moment of grace, a year of grace. What does that mean to have grace? Grace means to be very present. And it also means to be very aware. It's like presence and awareness and confidence all in the one space. There's nowhere to get. There's nowhere to be. There's no need to be in resistance. There's no need to be justifying your actions. It's just in the what so. And you are actually being able to be a mirror for those who are coming at you in a negative way. So whilst you might decide to avoid negativity in your life, which I would highly recommend, you can't avoid it all the time. And so what do you do in those times is that you remain and maintain a state of grace, a state of awareness, a state of presence, a state of acceptance, and let it just flow right past you. You do not need to react. You do not need to justify yourself. You say nothing. Because whatever anyone thinks about you, and it might be said to you in a negative way, that's just their opinion. You know, our own negative thoughts are more detrimental to our spirit than what anyone else could actually say to us. Does that make sense? And any attachment we have to anyone, if you're the kind of person who says, oh, but you said, and you did this, and you said that, forget it. You're barking up the wrong tree. It's just you having an attachment to something. And when you're in a state of grace, you don't have that attachment. You have no, you know, what do you call it? I'm thinking of that word. You know, you have no emotional attachment to it, and you can just let things come to you when you're living in a state of grace. When you're living in a state of grace, you are very much more open, and what people say to you can either, you can absorb their love, or you can just sort of move to the side of it when you get targeted. And you don't need to be, you don't need to have that justification, because you're going to do what you want anyway. And when you find what you want to do, it doesn't matter what it is, you go ahead and you do it. You know, you're always going to have people with opinions, and you're always going to have people with their views. They can have their view. It doesn't mean that you need to have their view as well. You create your own view in no matter what you want to do, particularly if it's coming from your heart space. Does that make sense today? So in the comments box, I've written from acceptance to a state of grace. So maybe in your goal setting that we talked about yesterday, that you think about the word grace. What does it actually mean for you? Have you, you know, like if I hadn't known any better, the word grace usually comes from my Catholic upbringing. You know, when a saint or when somebody holy is in a state of grace. And that wasn't something for me to do, because I was a pleb and I was down here, and only saints or God or holy people were in a state of grace. But that's not true. We can choose to be in a state of grace. And being in that state of grace is hugely sexy, is hugely sexy. Why? Because you are confident. You know where you're going. You might make a mistake, and that doesn't matter. You get up and you start again. You are very present. You are aware of your own self-talk, but you know your goal. And that has power. So we're going into another year of another year of transformation, and now stabilizing those shifts. Now, some of you, I think this is very important to tell you too, and I know this as a card reader, that leading up to your birthday, so your birthday coming up next year, will lead you into that state more and more if you choose it. If you're still complaining and if you're still whinging and carrying on, well, you know what I mean by carrying on. If you're having, you know, oh, but this and oh, but that, and it has to be perfect and I can't act now, then you are still stuck in that old program. You have to watch the mind for that one, because the mind and your subconscious are sort of battling in you still, if that makes any sense. Comment below and let me know if I'm making any sense, or tell me what you think about that. Do you understand what it means to be in a state of grace? If you want me to talk about it a bit more tomorrow or unpack it a bit more for you, let me know and I'll have a little chat with you. In the meantime, I know you've been hanging on. Come on, Wanda, hurry up, do the bloody card. Okay, so here it is. What is in the cards today? And I never know, I just want to remind you, I never know what I'm going to be talking about in the morning until I switch on the light and I turn my computer on and I sit in front of my computer right now as I'm sitting with you now, and I ask the universe, what is it that I need to talk about today? And sometimes I don't even know what it is, and as I'm typing in, I'm going, oh my God, okay, I'll just talk about it. So there we are. Now, I'm still getting quite a few of you asking me, Wanda, have you got any more spaces left for tarot readings for 2019? And look, you know what? I'm here to serve. And so for those of you who want the special price, my tarot price, for a 1 hour reading with me to get you all sorted out for this coming year, I've opened up another week of tarot appointments. So if you want a reading, then please just post, PM me, you know, personal message me and say, hi Wanda, I'm interested in a reading, can you send me information? And then I will send you a PDF of my fees and all of that kind of thing. You just check it out. If you want to do it, you can. I've got a special price going for the 1 hour reads, and I'll type it in the comments box for you so that you can have your 1 hour reading at a really good cost for you. So I want to do that for you because I want to help you get to make 2019 your best year yet. Okay, so I really want that for you. What I want for you is also what I want for myself. So it works that way. Okay, so here we go. What is the reading going to be about today? I hope it's not too hot for you. It's very warm here in Kiama, New South Wales. We've got the beautiful summer breeze happening. And oh my gosh, I love this card. Today's card is the Ace of Wands. Guys, use this energy right now. This card is the card of new beginnings. The wands are about the batons. The wands are also clubs in the normal deck, and I've got a normal deck right here. I'm going to demonstrate that today. And also, this also means that you've got the sun behind you. What does this mean? That whatever action that you take today to further your future or to make some decisions, whatever small action it is, it's going to be very powerful. These new beginnings are on the way, and it starts with your mindset, it starts where your heart is, and the decisions that you make are absolutely on par. Drop what doesn't work anymore, be in that state of grace, take the action that you need to take in whatever it is that you need to do. So if you've been secretly wanting to go on a holiday, why are you questioning it? Go. Pack the car up, get the dogs, cats, birds sorted out, and off you go. Just do it. Even if it's for a few days. If you've been thinking about, oh, maybe I should do this and maybe I should do that, do it. Because that could be your subconscious talking to you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? So I hope that makes sense. This is a beautiful card for new beginnings. And anyway, those of you who've just embarked on a new relationship and you're iffy about it, and you're going, oh, I don't know whether she or he's the right one, stay with it a little bit more, because the stuff that comes up in you is about you, not about them. Does that make sense? Okay, so quickly, I want to show you this. These are my normal pack of cards, and this is what they call the gypsy readings. And when I shuffle these cards like this, they look like these cards here are the result of the tarot. There are 22 main cards in the tarot, and these are the results, you see. So these are the modern version of the tarot. And I was taught to read these by a very famous tarot reader who's no longer with us, when I hadn't realized that I was, could actually read cards. And I started actually working with her, and she taught me how to use this. So I'm going to pick a card today. Here we are. Wow, look at this. Okay, so we've got the 10 of diamonds. The 10 of diamonds means money. So there's money coming to you. There's money coming to you via check, or in your bank account, or you're going to win a little bit of money on the, what do you call it, the Powerball. There's something there for you. Okay, this means money and positivity. It's coming to you. If I had another card here that was possibly a spade, that would tell me that there'd be a little bit of delay with that money coming through, right? But there's definitely money coming in, there's new beginnings coming in, and now I'm going to read for somebody. Let's have a look. Who is at the top? Oh, I can't read it. Okay, I've got a girl here, Susie Tassios. You're the second one because I can't read the first one. So anyway, I can't read it. It's all invisible. Okay, so Susie, this is for you today, and everybody who's watching right now, this is for you today. The personal card of inspiration. And what is it? Oh my God, I'm loving that too. The angels and guides of the inner child. What does this card mean? It means that those of you who are wanting to fall pregnant this year, now's the time. Now's the time where the energies are right for you. Those of you who've been wanting to have another child, look at natural alternatives for conception. Okay, because there's something new being birthed, something new starting to grow. Now, what was this card about, guys? Hang on a minute, they're all getting stuck. Okay, so this card here was about new beginnings. When you get this card of pregnancy, that's also about new beginnings. It's a fresh start, something new coming in. So for you, my darling, who I'm reading for today, even though you might not want to fall pregnant, that's okay, but something like, it could be the birthing of a new idea or something about to launch off. There's the other message here of the inner child loves to play. So maybe play. Are you playing? Are you having just some simple fun rather than taking things seriously and being a dickhead? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you're a dickhead, but I'm saying, well, you know what I mean. Sometimes you get a bit serious and a bit stuffy and a dickhead, and you don't want to do that with this card. So it's saying, kick up your heels. Go and enjoy yourself. What the heck, put your Santa Claus earrings on, or wear that baggy pants, or just be free like a child. and do that. And and it says here also, the wisdom comes from within. So, darling, I hope that's been a really good card for you, and I hope that message has been good for all of you. With this new year coming in, how are you going to spend your new year? Can you go out with people and just enjoy people's company? Or maybe you want to spend it on your own and still be that happy child and maybe play Scrabble with your kids at home. It doesn't mean that you have to go out. You choose what's best for you, knowing that there are new beginnings. Let that inner child have a voice. Let that broken inner child, give that inner child that's broken within you, give that child some love, and imagine that you're your inner child and that you can give that child, and just give that little child a hug and say, look, I won't desert you. I'm here all the time for you. And you say that to yourself. And that's a beautiful expression of self-love. That is very, very powerful. That's the new sexy, let me tell you. And of course, you've got money coming to you, guys. I hope that's been a really good reading. Go and get a lottery ticket or get a scratchy. You just never know your luck. You got to put out before you get, give before you receive. That's the go. That's the law. Give it a shot. You just never know. And I wish you well today. Have a really great day, and enjoy your new beginnings. Enjoy the inner child, and I will see you again on Monday, New Year's Day. I'm heading off to see my grandchildren, and I'm going to be doing my very best to be doing the tarot for you while I've got my grandchildren. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I will. So watch this space, and I'll be doing it on the phone. In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend. Let that inner child play. Go jump in the puddles. Go have some fun. Okay, everybody, I will see you again on New Year's Eve, and bye for now.